Hey everybody, this is Jose. We're going to be talking about drop D tuning today. So, what is drop D tuning? We're going to get to that in just a second, but first I'm going to show you guys how to actually do it. So, if you've seen other tuning videos and you've already learned how to do relative tuning, you'll know that this last string over here is the E string. So, all drop tuning is we're going to drop it. That's why it's called drop D. We're going to take this low E and we're going to drop it down 2 semitones to D. Now, how do we do that? We need to obviously loosen this string until we hit a D. So there's a couple ways we can do that. We can use our automatic tuner here. If you happen to have one, just do what you would normally do with the 4th string, where you would play that 4th string, which is supposed to be a D, and tune it as a D. So we can do the same thing with this one. I could just turn this on, and right now it's telling me that it's an E, but I'm going to lower it until it's a D. And that's basically all I have to do. Now I'm in drop D tuning. It's a different story. What do I use it for? That's something we're going to get to in a second. But if I don't have a tuner, I'm just going to turn it off and go back to E. Okay, so right now I'm back to standard tuning. If I'm going to do it by ear, I can just match these two up. So I can take the D string and just try to match them by sound. Depending on your level of skill or training, it's something you could do really quickly, or you could just take your time and turn it slowly until they sound the same. Keep in mind, the pitch is never going to sound identical because they're an octave apart. So it's always going to be a low sounding D versus a middle D, but the note should sound the same. Now when you finish this video, I actually want you guys to look at the description below. You're going to see a link to another video I made about power chords, and the reason I want to tie these two together is because they really do go hand in hand. I think one of the primary reasons that people use drop D tuning is to be able to play power chords a lot easier. Now there's a lot of other applications for drop D, but I think that's the most common one, and you'll notice in the other video that I teach you how to do power chords and how they're shaped, and they're basically 2 frets apart. Now, I can't play it right now because I'm in drop D, but this is what they look like ordinarily. And this is how I would move them around. Now, drop D, all it does is it makes it easier to play power chords because they become they're on the same fret. They're played on the same fret. Now, I should have actually picked up my electric for this particular demonstration because they sound a lot better, but as you can tell, I'm just doing a set of power chords. You get a lot more feedback with the acoustic, but it's a lot easier to play because I don't even have to use 2 fingers. A lot of people just bar, and if they're playing a lot of metal or stuff that's has a lot of power chord movement, it's much easier to play in drop D tuning, and that's one of the major purposes of drop D. You can just play both notes on the same fret. So check out the other video about power chords and you'll see how they both tie in together. All right, take it easy.